I've spotted a jam pot bong. I think. I see a name tag coming up my ladder. That didn't look like jam. Hello, jam.
You asked for these lions.
What was that?
You asked for these lions.
Oh.
How do lions fit in here?
Yes, this is... funny enough, pterodactyls are known for eating lions and consuming them, so of course they fit.
What?
Yeah.
So the pterodactyl asked for these lions as well, I guess.
Yeah, Terrence, they're Terrence's favorite.
Well, you asked for these lions, so there you go.
Thank you. It's looking at me.
They're always watching.
Oh dear. Oh, well, thank you so much for the lion that I asked for.
You're most welcome.
I'll try to keep it out of the digestive juices down there so that it doesn't have to suffer through that fate.
Good luck.
Ooh, a second lion, just in case. Hold
Enjoy the lubberdians.
It's on my head. It's like some sort of lion balloon.
Yeah, but they're full of helium. That's law. Lion law.
That would explain the helium shortage.
Turns
out everyone's lying about it.
Totally never made that up before.
Thank you for the lions I asked for.
Good. Enjoy your lines. Goodbye, lion. I can't fly.
Yeah, definitely. Certainly asked for lions. 100%. No cap? I might be a little confused right now. There we go. The lion we asked for. Just lying about. As it was meant to do. Hello, peoples of the interwebs. It's the Lunatic back again with another episode here on the Unor3blocks server. Yes, welcome back to Season 3 of Unorthoblocks, the greatest multiplayer server in the world, I'm pretty sure. Come at me, Hermitcraft and Empires and all you others. Anyway, I think to start off today's episode, so we did our end rating yesterday, but we couldn't find any ender chests in the end. It turned out they all belonged to other people, so I had to return them. And did I say yesterday? Last time. I don't know what words even are anymore. But I went and I did my own form of raiding. I got some blaze rods in the nether. Let me tell you, it was really hard. Really, really hard to find a fortress. Oh, that's really close. It shouldn't have been. It really shouldn't have been. I went to El Aurora's base and looked around there because I'm like, surely the Queen of the Nether lives near a fortress. And nothing. I couldn't find anything. Well, flew around for a bunch of time. Finally found one. Followed it back towards spawn, and lo and behold, yeah, it's right next to El Aurora's house. I just couldn't see it for some reason. I don't know. I didn't look hard enough. But anyway, did that. Got a couple of ender pearls, and so we're going to go over a little bit some of my ender chest thoughts and whatnot, because I don't know if I've ever done that. I've always wanted to kind of talk about how I do my ender chest, but it's not a thing I remember actually doing in a video. So, of course, got to do this nonsense where you make the stuff and the things, and we get an ender chest. Woohoo! Successful end raid, I guess, now. And now that we've got the ender chest, organizing it is like a big question, right? How do you organize an ender chest? That's firework rockets. That's not what I want. There's what I want. And the way, of course, the answer is to use shulker boxes. And the secondary answer is to dye them. Now, I have kind of come up with my own sort of way that I do this whole dyeing of shulkers thing. I really wish you could click up there and have them, you know, like you can with a bed, but with dye and the thing instead. But anyway, I organize my shulkers in a very specific way in my ender chest, and this is kind of a little bit of a preview, because what I decided I wanted to do would be to do the color spectrum. So I start with black, and then I go dark gray, light gray, white, pink, which is white and red, and then, you know, to red. Brown is just a dark orange, so I've stuck that up here this time. Brown's moved around a bunch because it's a weird color, but I've settled on it being just dark orange, so it's in between red and orange, and then you get yellow, lime green, green, cyan, blue, light blue, magenta, purple. Although, no, these ones are supposed to be switched. I get those ones mixed up sometimes. And then I usually keep in a few just plain old regular blank shulker boxes. And I do different things with each one of them. So, for instance, with the... I'm just going to make up a few here. And we'll start putting them in. So, the... How am I going to do this? I've made terrible decisions, is what I'm coming to find. Light gray and gray are tools and armor, is generally the way that I do it. One of them is a toolbox. The other one is an armor box. And that switches around depending on... it's always kind of different. But it's always one of those. And I will go in eventually, and I'll give them fancy names with some like symbols and whatnot. But until then, nothing of the sort's going to happen. My black box is always my valuables, so I'll stick in, you know, my diamonds. Sometimes I'll stick in emeralds, sometimes I don't, depending on how many of them I've got. Copper may or may not go in here, nether quartz, gold sometimes finds other places, but generally speaking, this is like my valuables, my wallet, my safe. It's where all the important things go. I really hope nothing's going to come and blow me up while I'm doing this. But that... Oh, I've already done this. We can stick that over there. Let's see here. What do we need next? Pink! I think I've started using pink for... for light. So I'll stick torches and end rods and that sort of stuff in there. Red, of course, you're going to be so surprised to find out, is my redstone color. I put all my redstone stuff and things, and that sky is really making me nervous. Brown tends to kind of be... I do some different things with it, but I've started kind of putting like wood supplies in there, because of course it makes sense being brown. Orange, we've already done that one. That's firework rockets. Yellow is... I usually do gold in that one, actually. I've often tried to have a lot of gold lying around because I prefer using gold for beacons. Because whether or not it's true, I think gold blocks mine faster than iron, or any of the other colors. So, fight me on that. I guess I don't know if it's true or not, but it's what I believe. So, we go with that. Lime green, I believe I put scaffolding in that, like scaffolding and bamboo. But that may or may not change. Who really knows? But I usually keep scaffolding in my green, lime green box rather, and then green ends up being the food box. So I'll stick, golden carrots or whatever kind of food items I've got in the green box. That one, of course, goes right there. Following that, cyan. Cyan is one of my favorite colors in Minecraft. It's just a more fun kind of blue color. And that one, along with the other two blues, oftentimes end up just being kind of random project boxes. So I'll stick different stuff in them depending on what project I'm working on. Or, maybe they're adventure boxes, things that I'll pull out to stick just random items when I'm out exploring the world. That kind of stuff. Let's see here. Purple is... I think I usually stick like ender pearls in the purple box. And then for the magenta box, which I need to make one more shulker box. There we go. For the magenta box, it varies again. I don't really have a specific plan for this one, though I do believe this one has in the past been my light box. But with the last boxes here, generally speaking, aside from one of them being ender pearls, which I think actually I generally have another a 17th box that's just the regular shulker color, and that one tends to just be the ender pearls box. But these ones right here are usually kind of project boxes, and I'll stick whatever nonsense in them I feel like. I think sometimes I use one of them for potions. Sometimes I'll use one of them for, like, holding, stuff that I've farmed in places, whatever it might be. But that's kind of the way that I arrange a lot of stuff in my ender chest. And so I'm going to be going through and doing all that nonsense over the next while here. Pulling things out of my storage. I've got wood in here, so I want to have some wooden items available easily. I've got, let's see here. I've got like bamboo and stuff like that in here. What have I come in here to look for? Oh yeah. I was gonna actually make. Oh no, that's actually in my valuables box. What do you know? Let's see here. We grab this. We're gonna go like this, and we're gonna make another ender chest because some of the other stuff, obviously, I've got 10 empty spots in here, and I do try to keep certain things in my ender chest available at all times. That was a terrifying sound, whatever that was. One of the things I try to keep in my ender chest is spare ender chests, because you never know when you go somewhere. You just put down your ender chest, and then it's gone forever. Which is, not super helpful, generally speaking. Because then, right when you need it the most, you won't have it, and you'll have to go off and find one from somewhere else. But who knows if there will be an easy one to get from somewhere else, because other people don't always necessarily have it. Anyway, all that to say that the ender chest should contain more ender chests. I generally try to keep like a quarter of a stack in there, and I'll let it run down sometimes, but I'll often restock it pretty quickly. But besides that, I also try to keep some crafting benches. We're just going to go with a good old... Sure, we'll make 14 crafting benches. I try to keep crafting benches in there because... Of course, they're another thing that you just kind of leave sitting around, and you always need a crafting bench. And the worst thing is going into your inventory and finding out that, oh, nope, no crafting benches here. I'll also stick in my chest plate and whatever helmet I'm not using. So right now I've got on a diamond helmet, and then I've got a gold helmet that I'll be using when I'm, going to the nether to do nethery things, because it's got nether enchantments on it, and piglins are not a problem then. I'll oftentimes also keep an extra stack of rockets just readily available. And if I have extra food, which I don't currently, I should get on that, but I'll oftentimes keep an extra set of food available as well. Just so that I've got, again, really quick and easy access to those items. I don't have to go digging in the chests for them. That leaves me one last slot where I can, or three extra slots, I guess, where I can keep extra shulker boxes with different things in them. And those vary. Those are usually just junk. But, arrows. Arrows is oftentimes another thing that I'll keep just out and open, because you never know. Last season, I think I ran with a crossbow. No, did I? Man, what did I run with last season? I kind of been playing it differently a little bit all the time, and I'm back to a bow this season, which I'm really enjoying. But I played... maybe it was on a different server entirely with some friends of mine, but I was playing with a crossbow as my primary ranged weapon, and so I would keep extra arrows up in here because I was always running out. I've also played with a trident, and I would keep whatever spare trident in there that I felt like I wanted or needed or whatever. And so yeah, that's kind of my ender chest setup. It's not perfect. I'm aware that there's significantly more efficient ways of doing the whole ender chest thing. But it's a very important part of Minecraft to just kind of have that whole thing figured out and set up so that it can be, it works for you. Really and truly, the best ender chest setup is whatever setup works best for you. And that means that if you hate the way that I've set mine up, you want to do different colors based specifically on what you've got in them, and you need different materials. And I know like Azuma has talked a lot about his particular setup with Ender Chest nonsense, and it varies based on from season to season. He's always kind of changing it up and trying to play it a little bit differently and a little bit more efficiently for his particular needs. And that's I do that too to some degree, and I don't expect anybody else to follow exactly the same situation that I do, but definitely would be interested to hear some about your own personal Ender Chest setups and how you kind of like to do that. What do you think of my way of doing it? Is there a way that you feel personally is just better? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear it. I think that's going to do it for this episode. I intended to do some more stuff, but it's just, I don't know. I spent 15 minutes rambling on about my Ender Chest thing, and you know what? I was like, nah, I might as well just use that as an episode and call it good, because, I've talked about how my output's super limited, and I would like that to not be so limited, and I was going to put more stuff in this episode, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I could just make another episode instead. What about that? What a novel concept, eh? So yeah, I'm gonna call it here, I think. Let me know what you think about these more talky episodes. I kind of did one last time, my content ramble, and then this one just talking about my Ender Chest. Super simple stuff, a little shorter maybe than some of my like quote unquote proper episodes have been, but still I enjoy them, and I'd like to know what you think. So yeah, let me know down in the comments, as well as the stuff about your Ender Chest that I asked about earlier too. And with that, I think I'm going to bid you all adieu to raw peoples of the interwebs. Until next time, bye!